Shout out everybody, folks in YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope. What did I miss? All the places I'm live. I'm downtown Los Angeles. Continuing my series. Hey Jake. Jake Person, how are you? Continuing my series on buildings in Los Angeles built in the 1970s and how that landscape of LA changed with that. And so today I'm going to bring you the Aon Center on Wilshire. This is this building right here. This is the Aon Center right here. They're just kind of walking around. So I'm going to give you a view of it. Hey Chantel, how are you? Hello everybody. We're on Wilshire here. Across the street is about to get a better view of the building. Hey Lil, how are you? I got the lights. First interstate fire here. I'm going to talk about that. That's what we'll talk about. This building here, which is the third tallest building. It is the third tallest building in Los Angeles now. At one time, it was the tallest building in LA. The third tallest. Made a TV movie about it. So we are on Wilshire here, guys. So what am I doing, guys? I was waiting for folks to come in and try to explain what we're doing. You all are familiar with what we're doing, right? We are doing a series about the buildings in LA that were built in the 1970s. Why are we doing that? Because that's when the skyline of LA really started to change. It really started to change after they changed the rules of building height. You could build higher than 150 feet. Before 1956, you could not build higher than 150 feet. So after they changed the rules, obviously going into the 60s, people started making plans, and then in the 70s is when a lot of these buildings came into being. Hey Akita, how are you? So a lot of these buildings, so that's when the skyline of LA really, I'm gonna go over here see if I can get a better view. That's when the skyline of LA really started to change with skyscrapers, with tall buildings, and it was just booming, and it really, really changed things. Snowy Poland, where are you in Poland, Eva? Or Eva? I lived in Poland for a while. Hello, Gina. I lived in Poland for like 9 months, almost a year. Let me give you some stats, guys. This is the Aon Center. That's what it's known as now. Yes, massive buildings. It's 62 stories high. 62 stories. Now remember that we had a 150-foot height limit that was changed. And when this building came into being, when this was South Poland, when this building was built, it was 860 feet high. That's about 260 meters. All the meter people. Metric people. 260 meters. That's 860 feet. 62 floors. It's at 707 Wilshire Boulevard. This is Wilshire Boulevard here. This is Wilshire Boulevard. Crosses LA. They started this building in the late 1970s. So excavation for this building, because to build a building this tall, you got to dig low and deep. So excavation for this building started in 1970, and it was completed in 1973. So 1973 is when this building was completed. The architect, it was designed by Charles Luckman, and it's a rectangular bronze-clad building. So it's a rectangular shaped building, and it's kind of like a bronze-looking clad building, and it has the white trims on it. So it's bronze with white trims. And this building is considered, it's just remarkably slender. It's remarkably skinny building, or slender for a skyscraper, especially in seismically active area like LA. So especially in earthquake country, this building is remarkably, they say, slender building. This is the third tallest building in Los Angeles, guys. It is currently the third tallest building in LA. It is the third tallest building in LA. It's the fourth tallest in California. It is the 58th tallest in the United States. So the 58th tallest in the United States, the fourth tallest in all of California, and it's the third tallest in Los Angeles. And the third tallest west of the Mississippi, we should say. Why? Because that building right there, that one with the spire, that is the tallest building west of the Mississippi. That's the Wilshire Grand. That is the tallest building now west of the Mississippi. And the U.S. Bank building is the second tallest. It's right over there. I've been inside some, but because of COVID, some of them are closed. They have restrictions, so people are working from home. It's a weekend. So this is the second tallest west of the Mississippi. They're all within sight of each other. That's the U.S. Bank building. That's the second tallest west of the Mississippi. This is the tallest west of the Mississippi. That's the Wilshire Grand building. And this is the third tallest. So that's the third tallest one. You can't see it from here because I'm standing too close to the building. But the Aon building, oh, it's hard to hear, really? Okay. Maybe I adjust my microphone because I'm looking up. Oh no, I can see why it's hard to hear. I lost my... God, what is it with me and microphones? I lost my... Is that better, guys? This should be better because I lost my... The microphone fell down. Thanks for letting me know. Is this better? This should be better. Much better. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize my microphone had unclipped. The microphone was hanging down. So thanks for letting me know. So sorry, I don't know how much you heard, but basically I was saying this is the third tallest building west of the Mississippi. The second tallest west of the Mississippi is that building right there. It says U.S. Bank, the round one. That is the third tallest west of the second tallest. And obviously, so third tallest, second tallest, and then over here is the tallest. So this is the third tallest building in Los Angeles, of course, the fourth tallest in California. So it's the 58th tallest in the United States. I'm sorry, this is the fourth tallest in California. It's the Aon Corporation. Just to give you a little bit of the history, guys. So it was originally named the United California Bank Building. When it was built, it was originally known as the United California Bank Building. And that was from 1973 to 1981, when in 1981 it became known as the first Interstate Tower. The first Interstate Tower. Ronald, you're right on time. I'm getting to the fire right now. I'm getting to it. You're right on time. So we had the 1984 Olympics right here. The Summer Olympics were held in Los Angeles. And during the Summer Olympics, the Olympic logo was displayed at the top. The logo was displayed at the top because First Interstate was one of the sponsors of the Olympics. It was the major sponsor, right? Again, it was the tallest building west of the Mississippi from when it was built until 1982, when it was surpassed by the Texas Commerce Tower. So a building in Texas surpassed it in 1982. That building is now known as the J.P. Morgan Chase Tower. No, it's okay, Ronald. So that building in Texas is now known as the J.P. Morgan Chase Tower. It's in Houston, Texas. So when this building was completed in 1973, it was the tallest building in the world outside of Chicago and New York. So outside of Chicago and New York, this was the tallest building in the world. So Chicago and New York had the tallest buildings, but this was the tallest outside of New York and Chicago. So it remained the tallest building in Los Angeles until 1989, when the Library Tower was built. Let me show you the Library Tower. Library Tower is now known as the U.S. Bank Tower. So that's the Library Tower over there, or the U.S. Bank Tower. So this building was the tallest in LA until 1989, when that building was built. So between 1989 and 2005, there were no logos on the building. Okay. Let me tell you about the fire, because that's very important what happened with the fire here. It's very important. This building played a very important role in skyscrapers that came after because of the fire. Sears Tower. Because of the fire. So this was May 4th, 1988. Think back to May 4th, 1988, where you were. There was a fire that began on the 12th floor. So the fire began on the 12th floor. Remember, there are 62 floors. There are 62 floors. There are fires that began, a big fire began on the 12th floor in 1988. It was just after 10 p.m., so it was late at night. Just after 10 p.m., big fire on the 12th floor. The fire burned about 4 hours, guys. That fire burned for about 4 hours. And it destroyed 5 floors. So 5 floors were destroyed. 5 floors were destroyed in that fire. It injured 40 people. And a maintenance worker died in that fire. And the maintenance worker died because the elevator that he was in opened onto the burning 12th floor. So you should never take elevators when there's a fire, guys. Never take an elevator when there's a fire. The maintenance guy was on the elevator, and the elevator opened exactly where the fire was, on the 12th floor. And so he died. That fire was so bad because of the building was not equipped with a sprinkler system. Cut connection. My connection is gone? Ever says my connection has been cut. Alright guys, I know there's a delay here, but let me know if the connection is dead. Hey Sammy. Hi Nikki. I think my connection is still okay. Eva, maybe you want to go out and come back in if your connection is gone. Alright, it's good. Anyway, continuing. That fire was so severe because the building was not equipped with a sprinkler system, which was not required for office towers at the time of construction, when this was construction. So keep in mind, guys, at the time this building was built, sprinklers were not required. Imagine that. Sprinkler systems were not required for office towers at the time of the construction of this building. They did have a sprinkler system that was 90% installed at the time of the fire, but the system was inoperative. It wasn't operating yet. They were awaiting installation of water flow alarms. So they started to put a sprinkler system in, but it was not operating. But it wasn't required in buildings. It was not required, but these guys decided to put one in. But when they were putting it in, it wasn't operating yet. So the fire started about 10 p.m. and it wasn't until after 2 a.m. that the fire department was able to put out the fire. It wasn't until after 2 a.m. in the morning, about 2:20 a.m. in the morning, that they put out the fire. It caused $400 million in damage. $400 million in damages. And then the repair work took about 4 months because because of this fire. This is what's key. Because of the fire that happened here, building codes in Los Angeles were modified. They changed the building codes in Los Angeles because of the fire that happened here. They changed the building codes in LA. And that building code, the new building code, required all high rises to be equipped with fire sprinklers. So all high rises after this fire were required. It was mandatory that they be equipped with fire sprinklers. That basically modified a 1974 ordinance that only required new buildings to contain fire sprinklers. So because of the fire that happened here in this tower. Hey Natasha, how are you? Hi Des. The north entrance is leveled. I'm not sure they even found out the cause of the fire. I'm not sure. I don't have an answer. But every building that came, every tower that came after this one had to have sprinkler system in it. Of course, that costs more money. And then, of course, built the code in terms of fire, in terms of earthquakes, of course. So it's very expensive to build towers in LA because of the earthquakes, because of the code. Obviously, they changed the code, but that's a requirement now in most buildings. Hey, kia ora, Luis, kia ora. So the north entrance of the building is level with 6th Street. Turn around and show you. So 6th Street is right over there. It's really interesting. So the north entrance of this building is level with 6th Street, which is over there, and it's named BL because of the bank level. There's a Wells Fargo bank there, so they call it BL, bank level. That's on the other side over there. The east side and west side walks slope down, so they kind of slope down, slope downward, with the steps leading up to the south entrance, which would be over here. The elevators on the south side of the BL, the bank level, and the escalators on the north side both go up to the main lobby, and then where additional banks of elevators reach floors numbered 4 through 62. There's no second floor in this building. There's no second floor in this building because of the way the building is built. Hey, dude. Hi, Nikki. Interestingly enough, the building I live in, there's no second floor as well. That's the way the building is built. There's like a parking lot, and it's kind of an interesting. There's a first level, which is like lobby, and then the rest of it is sort of like garage. So again, guys, let's walk around the block here. I'm going to walk around the block and show and see if we get a different view here. Again, completed in 1973. Construction started in 1970. Again, this is the tallest building west of the Mississippi right now, the Wilshire Grand, right here. That's the Wilshire Grand. That's the latest. This is the third tallest right now in Los Angeles. Let's walk around the neighborhood here. We'll run into the library down here. The Standard Hotel is right over here. The Standard Hotel. So I'm walking at the base of it now. So you can imagine the raging fire that happened here that day. And it changed building codes in LA for good. And then, of course, that's pretty standard. Sprinkler system now, I guess, are required in buildings. But before, they were not. Remember I showed you the Twin Towers, the LA Twin Towers before? There they are right here. Yeah, there was a raging fire here at the 12th floor, 40 people injured. One person died, the maintenance guy who was on the elevator, and the elevator just opened on the wrong floor, on the 12th floor where the fire had started. So these are the Twin Towers over here. These were the world's tallest Twin Towers at one time. I showed you those buildings before. Our Twin Towers here. Aon Center here, the third tallest building in California now. They have the Chicago School of Professional Psychology in the building here. And then the Wells Fargo. I'm going to cross the street here. And you get a better view of the the bank tower right here. US Bank. So this was the tallest building west of the Mississippi until just a couple of years ago or so. The US Bank Tower. And then, of course, Wells Fargo is here. The entrance is here. This is Aon building here again. This was once the tallest building outside in the world, outside of Chicago and New York. So this was the tallest building in the world. The tallest building in the world outside of New York and Chicago. And it was the site of the deadly fire that changed the building codes. And this is called Aon Center. That's how it is spelled. AON. And it's at 707 Wilshire. 707 Wilshire. There again. It's a U.S. Bank building, also known as the Library Building, because the library is right over there, right across from it. Tall buildings are now obviously even taller than these. If you go to Dubai or Malaysia, some places, they have taller buildings. China, New York, of course, Chicago. They're even taller than this. So the World Trade Center in New York was 110. 110, can you imagine that? 110 floors. Yeah, they got a lot of, we still have a lot of older buildings still here, obviously. I don't know what's going on with the Standard, but I met Keanu Reeves in this parking lot here one day. That's a Standard hotel here. It looks like some construction going on at the Standard. I don't know what's happening. All right, let's walk back. Again, the Wells Fargo Bank is in here, so that's why it says Wells Fargo outside. Corner Cantina. Again, the Chicago School of Professional Psychology is in this building. Why is the Chicago School of Professional Psychology in LA? Well, they have branches, I guess. The library bar is over here, but it's closed. Anyway, guys, if you're just joining me, I've been doing a series of stories focusing on the buildings built in the 1970s in Los Angeles because frozen cranberries. Because the 1970s were played a really key role in the development of LA and how Los Angeles changed in terms of its buildings, its downtown, its skyscrapers, its everything about it changed after they changed the height limit of buildings. They changed the height building. You got your masters from the Chicago branch. Cool. Yeah, the Burj Khalifa, of course, is the tallest. Yeah, the Burj Khalifa. I've been in the second tallest. It's in China. The second tallest building in the world is in Shanghai. Again, this is the base of the building here. And the elevator is really, really fast. So these are the steps here of the center, but I think it's closed. The base of it. The bank is there. This is Wilshire Boulevard here. Wilshire Boulevard. And we are downtown LA. Looks like the sun is finally breaking through, which is good. It was a little cloudy today. And again, Aeon Center is at 707 Wilshire. 707. Let's go to the corner. The corner's Flower Street. Flower Street. Big Sugar Bake Shop is here. Not sure if they're open. Oh yeah, it looks like they're open. Wedding cakes and that sort of thing. All kinds of fancy cakes. Big Sugar. Yeah, we started out overcast, but it's breaking through right now. The sun's coming out. I thought it was going to rain for a while. Hey, what's up, Max? What's happening? Should walk around the other side here. Again, the Aeon Center is right down there. There are the Twin Towers here. The Bonaventure down yonder. The Westin Bonaventure right here. And then, of course, the grand of them all, the tallest of them all. And mainly because of the spires. If the spire wasn't there, it would be the second tallest. But I think they cheated by putting that spire on it. If they didn't have that spire, the antenna thing, then the US Bank building would be the tallest. But it does have the tallest outdoor bar in the Western Hemisphere. The tallest bar. There's a bar up there, outdoor, on the roof, the rooftop. Tallest. Why are you honking? Oh. Yeah, the tallest rooftop bar, outdoor rooftop bar, is up there. All right, guys. So let's. I'm gonna wrap this up. It's not gonna be too long. It's been long already, and we're gonna boogie on out of here. But again, there's the building right there we're talking about. This part of downtown is kind of quiet right now. Los Angeles Community College boardroom. The boardroom. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks, Nikki. Thanks, everybody. You are welcome. There's one Wilshire over here. So we're going to be continuing this series. We got some other buildings to show you. I wanted to come by and show you this one. Hey, Green Eyes, I've been good. How are you? I've been good. Hey, you're welcome. 7.3. Are you talking about the earthquake in Japan? Oh yeah. There's a big earthquake. 7.3 hit Japan. That's a pretty strong quake. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. If you're not following me, you can follow me on whatever platform. I'm on Haps right now. Peace out. Bye bye.